Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my MCQ on Gestalt Theory, Part 3. I am Sudhinay Sengupta. Let's start the class. A Gestalt psychologist explicitly denied any application of trial and error in thinking. For him, thinking is always directed as well as instinctful, and it creates new gestalts. Who was the psychologist. So ये जो thinking है any denied any application of the trial and error देने के लिए जो deny किया है वो जो thinker है उसका नाम क्या है, that is the Max Wedemier. According to the Wedemier, a type of a thinking refers to, that is the productive thinking. So what is productive thinking? Productive thinking is given questions or issues is considered with the objectivity as well as the respect and the concern for the problem as a whole. The recent viewpoint of the human learning called organization view of memory has a close resemblance to the basic tenets of the Gestalt psychology, who have rightly commented on the Gestalt psychologists. They were, in fact, the intellectual forefathers of much of what is today is called the cognitive psychology, which is now a dominant viewpoint of the American experimental psychology. So the answer will be the Hilgard and the Bower. So who is Hilgard and the Bower? And that is the Gordon H. Bower and Ernest R. Hilgard. So ये दोनों का नाम है, ये दोनों, this is introducing this theories, उन लोगों का theory is introducing to learning focus on the major schools such as the behaviorism, Gestalt cognitivism and information processing, as well as the major intellectual figure concluding the Thorndike, Pavlov, Skinner, Tolman, etc. The concept of life space was developed by the Kurt Lewin. Kurt Lewin, who is Kurt Lewin? He was born on 19th September in 1890 and died in 12th February in 1947. He was a German-American psychologist known as one of the modern pioneers of the social organization and applied of the psychology in the United States, who considered his field theory to be the topological psychology or the vectorial psychology. So the answer will be E. Bronsky. So E. Bronsky was born in 18th March 1903 and died in 7th July 1955. So Egon Bronsky was the psychologist who made the contribution for the functionalism and the history of the psychology. Kurt Lewin's was borrowed the two terms of the topology and the vector from the mathematics. Topology is form of the geometry that investigate spatial properties of figure. Who was mentioned that is the human behavior is the function of the both person and the psychological environment, or taken together life space in terms of the equal, that is the B for behavior, P for person, C for psychological environment. So the answer will be Kurt Lewin. According to the Lewin's, the external environment lying outside the person's life space is called the foreign hall. So the foreign hall क्या है? Foreign hall of the life space is the composed to those aspects of a person, physical, social, environmental, and they are observable not by a person himself, who considered his field theory to be the topological psychology or the vectorial psychology. So the answer will be E. An event through which one cell or the region of the life space communities with each other is known as the communication. The physical or the psychological movement of the person from one region of life space to the another region is called the locomotion. Locomotion act or ability to something to transport or move itself from the place to place. Lewin held that the locomotion from one region to another region take place through a fixed pathway or the space. This is called the hodological space. So, what is hodological space? Hodological means, this is a Greek word, the hodological means a way, refers to the space of this possible movement. Unlike the straight line, this space involves is so called the preferred paths. So जिसमें हम जाना पसंद करते हैं लाइफ में, which which serve as a compromise of the different domains that include shortest distance, security, minimal work, and the maximum experience. Kurt Lewin viewed that only those facts that exist in the life space have some effects on the organism. This principle is called the principle of concreteness. So the concreteness is the principle. So इस principle के बारे में ही कर्ट लुईन ने बताया, who considered his field theory to be the topological psychology or the vectorial psychology. So the answer will be E. Bronsky. So E. Bronsky was born in 18th March 1903 and died in 7th July 1955. So Egon Bronsky was the psychologist who made the contribution for the functionalism and the history of the psychology. An individual may daydream to become a president of a country. This illustrates Lewin's concept of the unreality. Kurt Lewin's vector psychology consists his dynamic concepts which are related to the motivational aspects of human behavior. The popular saying grass on the other side of the river looks more greener reveals Lewin's concept of the valence. So what is valence? Valence is the concept of a chemistry. The whole number of the represent that the ability to an atom or a group of atoms to the combine with the other atoms or a group of atoms. So एक atoms और एक group of atoms के साथ अदर्स ग्रुप ऑफ एटम्स और एक एटम्स का जो कॉम्बिनेशन होता है उसी को हम वैलेंस कहते हैं ये अकॉर्डिंग टू द केमिस्ट्री। अगर हम ह्यूमन लाइफ के लिए बोलेंगे तो एक ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल दूसरे ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल के साथ जो कॉम्बिनेशन होता है उसी के बारे में यहाँ पर लुइस ने बोला है। सो थैंक यू सो मच, प्लीज कीप वॉचिंग एंड प्लीज सब्सक्राइब माई चैनल। टिल देन गुड बाय।